In today's show, we're going to look at the most mana expensive board wipes. Are they worth it for the mana cost? They got to be 6 mana or higher. We're going to start off with Blood on the Snow. It's a 6 mana snow sorcery. I don't know what that is supposed to mean. It doesn't even cost any snow mana to actually cast this card. Choose one. We can destroy all the creatures. We could also destroy all the planeswalkers, so we can pick and choose. In fact, we could be the ones with all the creatures, the opponents with all the planeswalkers. Okay, I want to wipe out your planeswalkers. Now, we do have the option afterwards then to return a creature or planeswalker card with converted mana cost X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the amount of snow spent to cast the spell. So even though we don't need snow to actually cast this card, the snow is going to contribute to reanimate something. I think that's good value. I think that can be incredibly good value. You could get simultaneously wipe the board, also get yourself a Grave Titan while you're at it. Why not? That's free value. So I like this card. Next up, we got David Howard, The Final Showdown. Unfortunately, there's a lot of cards. Not CMC. Already got a disqualification. What do you think? I think that's a CMC of 6. It's only like a CMC of 1. I understand if you actually cast the spell, the CMC is going to be higher on the stack, but not actually high enough for the show. Okay, next up, we're going to... T. Krellis is like, wait, a night stream? That's right. 8 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays, Central Standard Time. Please be there. Okay, we got Zenitale with my favorite enchantment duo, Arcane Bombardment. And the 1,000-Year Storm. Okay, let's take a look at Arcane Bombardment. 6-mana enchantment. Whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery spell each turn, exile an instant or sorcery card at random from your graveyard. Then copy each card exiled with Arcane Bombardment. You may cast any number of copies without paying their mana cost. This is not a board wipe. I hope the second card is a board wipe. 1,000-Year Storm. Okay. I think the 1,000-Year Storm is probably where the real board wipe comes in. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, this still doesn't wipe the board. Okay, can we get back on track here? We got to get back on track. Okay, Mudasir. Okay, with Blasphemous Act. This is that we're talking about expensive board wipes. Not the most expensive cards at 6 mana or higher. Expensive board wipes. Now, this technically isn't that expensive. It's 9 mana, but it'll cost 1 less to cast for each creature on the battlefield and deals 13 damage to each creature. All right. We're back on track. We are officially back on track. And we're also back on track with the super chats. Thank you very much, Meme Bruley. I was just gonna sleep. Let's go to Soul Scour. No, don't sleep yet. Soul Scour. We gotta stay up longer and later. With coffee and MTG all day. Magic all day, all night. Okay, this is a 10 mana sorcery. Destroy all non-artifact permanents. What? Even the lands? So basically, this will be awesome in an artifact deck. So if you can ramp into this, just mostly have artifacts onto the battlefield. You can even have your lands as artifacts and wipe everything else. This is a very interesting card. It's like extra expensive for an artifact card, so that's a bit difficult. But it does something incredibly unique: destroy all non-artifact permanents. I have a feeling the mana cost matters. Okay, if you're in a slow enough game, this is going to be awesome. If you're not in a slow enough game, you're in a fast game, this card's going to be terrible. 10 mana is still 10 mana. It's a lot of mana. Toad says, old man is staying up late just to give me humble opinions. That's right. All right. You probably stay up late all the time anyway. Okay, Toads. Merciless Conviction. Merciless Conviction. Merciless. Does this card exist? We're having a hard time today. All right, I don't, unless this is spelled incorrectly. Merciless. How about I just look up Merciless. What happens? I mean, Merciless. There's a lot of Merciless cards out there. Well, maybe the Merciless Eviction. They're getting evicted. Like how I'm evicting so many of these suggestions on today's show. Okay, we have a 6 mana sorcery. Choose one. Exile all artifacts, exile all creatures, exile all enchantments, or exile all planeswalkers. Wow, this is no farewell. You only get to choose one. I'm going to say that's a bad farewell. It's basically 6 mana to do one of these things. I actually don't think that's very good. That seems super average. The only good thing about this is the utility that you can choose all the artifacts, all the creatures, all the enchantments, and all the planeswalkers. So for that, I think I'm going to give it a pass. But holy crap, this is like... It's like bad farewell. In fact, you spent 2 mana on this thing, right? Can't like farewell basically do everything? Everything and all at once. Mudasir says, I feel like with 10 to spare mana, you have better ways to win the game. Well, like what? Obliterate? Are we going to use Obliterate around here? Kano with a Bane of Progress. By the way, just a shout out to Zenital. You can give another suggestion. You know, it's not like I banned you or anything. Okay, we have Bane of Progress. Now, this is a 6 mana 2/2 elemental. When the creature enters, destroy all artifacts and enchantments. Wow! Put a +1/+1 counter on this creature for each permanent destroyed this way. This thing is insane! I like this card a lot. This is like destroy all artifacts and enchantments and create a big creature at the same time. And you know that, especially in a multi-way game, that this is going to hit like everything that produces mana, except for maybe Birds of Paradise. We got Tresaru, Blood Money. Blood Money is a 7 mana sorcery. Destroy all creatures. For each non-token creature destroyed this way, you create a tapped treasure token. What are you gonna even do with that? You know what? I actually am not a fan of like ramp like this. I could be wrong because maybe a deck needs like even more mana. But if you have 7 mana, what do you need more mana for? So I would actually prefer that it has some other utility other than producing more treasure tokens. I'm gonna say not worth it. I gotta put my foot down on like something. I might be putting my foot down on the wrong card, because I know how mana hungry so many decks are. But I would like something with a little bit more utility. Like the last one, we got a big creature. Plus, we also got a board wipe. Here it's like, we got a board wipe and we got mana. But we already had mana. What else did we use in order to cast this card? In my opinion. Next up, we got Saxus, Life's Finale. Life's Finale is a 6 mana sorcery. Destroy all creatures, then search target opponent's library for up to 3 creature cards and put them into their graveyard. Then that player shuffles their library. I have a feeling that this is bad. You're probably going to help them. The only deck you're probably not going to help is like the Thassa's Oracle deck, but they probably even have like alternative ways of winning even without Thassa's Oracle. You're going to fill somebody, like, I don't know how it helps you that the cards are going into their graveyard. It's like a weird lobotomy. Here's the thing, it will work versus combo, but I don't know how much combo cares about the board being wiped at the same time, if you know what I mean. If artifacts matter in your deck, Blood Money is good. Oh, that's actually a really good point. So if you're like, I don't know, affinity for artifacts, or when artifacts or tokens enter the battlefield. So this could be like pretty good for a deck that cares about tokens that hit the battlefield as well, or artifacts or treasures, period. The treasures are for the rebuild next turn. Ah, well, you know what? You're selling it to me. I'm not sold yet. Saxus will at least grab Thassa and Labman. You only get to search one play. I guess. Is that it? Is that really GG? Shouldn't you like exile them? They have no means of getting it back from their graveyard. I could be wrong. I could be wrong about this, but this doesn't seem also like it has enough utility. It's got like jank utility like that. Not to mention, if they've got Thassa and Labman, they also have counter spells. I don't know how this thing resolved, if you know what I mean. Rugal with Worldfire. Now, here's a really good question. Is this card actually good? I mean, it's $31. So this is 9 mana for a sorcery. Exile all permanents. Exile all cards from all hands and graveyards. Each player's life total becomes 1. A singular point. Now, one good thing about this is if someone gained like almost infinite life, well, they don't have infinite life anymore. They're back to 1 like everybody else. Equal, as all things should be, and balanced. Okay, this card is definitely very strong. It's very salt-inducing. Well, if they got counter spells, they get 99% of these board wipes, and it would not. Well, the thing is, they don't care. They would not care about the board wipe, which is true. Except for Supreme Verdict. They can't deal with that one. That's not something they can deal with. Next up, we've got Hexanort, death begets life. Death begets life is an 8-mana sorcery. Destroy all creatures and enchantments. Draw a card for each permanent destroyed this way. That's a lot of value. You draw so many cards you don't even know what to do with them. This is like a great top deck late in the game. I don't know. Only if you're behind. If you're ahead, this will be awkward. But you know what? Maybe you'll do it anyway. It's a lot of cards. Probably everyone else will be left with nothing. You're the only one that's left with something. Gillum with All's Dust. Oh, frustratingly, this is like way too good. 7 mana. It's a Kindred Eldrazi sorcery, and each player sacrifices all permanents they control are one or more colors. This is too flexible, in my opinion. Any deck can play this. Particularly mana ramp decks can play this too easily. Yeah, very, very frustrating. Very strong card. And Eldrazi decks play it best, of course. And I guess some artifact decks. The artifact decks, they're colorless, aren't they? All's Dust versus Leyline of the Guild Pact. Well, the problem is with that, they'll sacrifice their own stuff. wait a minute. Oh, sorry. The opponent has Leyline of the Guild Pact, not you. I was like, why do you want to play Leyline of the Guild Pact, which would make all your permanents like every single color, which is crazy. You didn't get redeemed. I got your card. You got your card, Toads. There's nothing to be redeemed. I found it. Isn't that the card that you wanted? I think that was the card, the eviction card. Bell with Plague Wind. If anyone's heard of the Plague Wind, keep looking up. Plague Wind, not Plague Wind. Plague Wind. This is a 9-mana sorcery. Destroy all creatures you don't control. They can't be regenerated. Super old card from Prophecy. Usually, it's infamous for being the card to explain all your stuff is dead, but my stuff isn't. So if I say Plague Wind the board, that means I blew up all your stuff, but my stuff still remains. The card is, of course, anything that is of Cyclonic Rift territory. It's amazing. Still good, even to this day. Yeah, look, they got that bonus. They can't be regenerated. Most creatures don't even regenerate these days. Well, no. I said it wasn't. I didn't pass. Didn't I look at? I literally looked at the card. Toads. We did a huge analysis on it. It wasn't disqualified. Local Yoinker in Garrick's Wake. Assuming that was the card you were going for. I could be wrong. In Garrick's Wake is a 9-mana sorcery. Destroy all creatures you don't control and all planeswalkers you don't control. Again, we have another. Is this another Plague Wind? Destroy all creatures. Yeah, this is Plague Wind the sequel. Plague Wind 2.0. This one didn't forget the planeswalkers this time. You did the correction on the eviction. Yeah, I got the eviction. You got your card, Toads. Unless you missed the whole card while I was looking for it. I did find it. Next up, we've got Christopher B is here. Ruinous Ultimatum. Coming to ruin everybody's day. This is double black, triple white, double red sorcery. Destroy all non-land permanents your opponents control. All of them. Destroy all non-land permanents. Another Plague Wind. How many Plague Winds are there? This is literally. Is this even stronger than this one? This is actually stronger. They keep getting better. The Plague Winds get better every suggestion. This is incredible. This is the best Plague Wind of them all. Yeah, sure. I would love that everybody blows everything up. Except my stuff. Yeah, all in black too. Well, it's a very black thing. They all got the plague after all. They got ruined by the plague. amongst many other things. All right, we're going to take a look at more of the most expensive mana board wipes and evaluate them, but we do have to thank our sponsor today, FusionGamingOnline.com, my favorite place to buy my Magic the Gathering cards, also my favorite place to play Opens. The Fusion Gaming Open is happening March 21st to 22nd, Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. If you're somehow around, you might want to play some Modern, Standard, and Commander over there, and also pick up some cards, maybe from Lore and Eclipse, maybe from the where am I going? Maybe from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But I'll tell you what, don't buy anything unless you use coupon code Nikachu. Here's the secret. It gets you 5% off all your purchases, and it also supports the channel. And I'd really appreciate it. All right, back to our ginormous, stupidly large board wipes. T. Corellius. We got Marshall Coop, 7 mana board wipe with upside. Well, I know this one. I got beaten up by it several times in, I think, Standard. It, like, makes a bunch of creatures. So, double white, X, sorcery, create X, 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. If X is 5 or more, destroy all other creatures. Yeah, I highly approve. I think that card's worth it. We got... Did you do Kindred Dominance, our Decree of Pain, draw cards, and board wipe? I think okay, it looks like Kindred Dominance, Cracker Grit. Let's look up Kindred Dominance. Take a look at this one. It is a 7 mana sorcery. Choose a creature type. Destroy all creatures that aren't of the chosen type. Oh no! No, God, please, no! Oh no, wait a minute, that's a good thing. I thought it was coming. It was destroy a I thought it was destroy everything of that type, like as if it was coming after my Merfolk. But it's not coming after my Merfolk. In fact, I could play this in my Merfolk deck. I could splash black and get the 7 mana. I choose Merfolk and I wipe out everything else. Okay, I like that card. It's pretty cool. Wrath of God isn't quite 6 mana at all, Michael. You need to boost that. You gotta buff that mana cost up a little bit, actually by a lot. Next up, we've got Blink Somniac with the super chat. Myojin of Cleansing Fire. This is gonna be jank, isn't it? This is 8 mana for a 4/6. Comes into play with a Divinity counter on it if you played it from your hand. It's indestructible as long as it has a Divinity counter on it. Remove a Divinity counter from Myojin of Cleansing Fire to destroy each other creature. Not this one. So it's 8 mana for another Plague Wind with creature attached to it. All right, I can get behind that. There's a lot of Plague Winds in this game. I didn't know. All rivers lead to Murph. That's right. All Merfolk lead to rivers. We got Steve Cooper with Mutinous Massacre. Mutinous Massacre is a 7 mana sorcery. Choose odd or even. Destroy each creature with mana value of the chosen quality. The chosen quality? I've never heard of it described like that. Then gain control of all creatures until end of turn. Oh, good God. Untap them to gain haste until end of turn. 0 is even. So we can blow up all the 3 mana cards. And then we can steal all the, we can destroy all the odd number cards, and we can steal all the even number cards. That sounds like a one-sided ordeal. Sounds good. Next up, we've got Rugal with the super chat. Thank you very much for your super chat, Rugal. Obliterate. You know what's great about Obliterate? Nobody could do squat about that. Oh, getting back to that last board wipe. Okay, so the counterspell people, they can't counter Supreme Verdict. They also can't counter Obliterate. For 8 mana, it can't be countered. Destroy all artifacts, creatures, and lands, and they can't be regenerated. And then after the blue player loses all their lands, they won't be casting counterspells ever again. Free Firefall asks, what's the difference between destroy all other creatures and destroy each other creature? Destroy each other creature. Destroy all other creatures. Might be a templating difference. I actually don't know the difference. Is there a difference? I think when it says destroy each other creature, it's like in reference to like the creature that, you know, might be activating this. And then I don't know what the destroy all other creatures. I think it's something like destroy all other creatures opponents control that you don't control. Might be a empty sentence. Good question, though. Wandering picked exterminatus. Exterminatus. It's a 40k card. You hear that, Adaptus? Your 40k card has been chosen already. 7 mana sorcery, non-land permanents your opponents control lose indestructible until end of turn. Oh my god. And destroy all non-land permanents. Okay, that's got to be good. All those, you know, there are so many people out there. They fight so hard to get indestructible, and then you just throw it away. How cruel. It's cruel and evil. Okay, next, let's take a look at... I'm trying to find... Who's new here? Prince of Winners. Do X spells count? They do not actually. Sorry about Prince of Winners. Mystic Hook Massacre will not count, but you can choose another card. Rin with Everything Comes to Dust. They're not wrong. This is an 8 mana sorcery with Convoke. So it actually may not even be that much mana. Exile all creatures except those that share a creature type with a creature that convoke this spell, all artifacts and enchantments. That's actually amazing. So this is another Plague Wind. Hey, this is Plague Wind that can be played cheaply because you can ramp into a bunch of creatures and then, not ramp, you can play a bunch of creatures and use them to cast this spell. The stupid Daleks, they got what was coming to them. A Free Firefall loves Convoke. Huge fan of Convoke in chat. Micum, Death Begets Life. I think did we do that? Death Begets. Can't remember if we just did this one. We did this one already. Sorry about that. It's early in the show, but that one has been done. Okay, I'm going to go to T. Corellius with another super chat. Huge fan of super chatting. We got Reaver Demon. MTG limited bomb back in the day. That's not giving me a lot of confidence here already. Okay, we have 8 mana for a 6/6. It's a flying demon. When Reaver Demon enters the battlefield, if you cast it from your hand, destroy all non-artifact, non-black creatures that can't be regenerated. All right, creature with board wipe. It's all good with me. And it's in black, so they might be cheating on mana somehow. Black loves to cheat. They cheat on mana. They got them Cabal Coffers. They got them Dark Rituals. Bolt with Singularity Rupture. This is a 6 mana sorcery. Destroy all creatures, then any number of target players each mill half their library rounded down. Destroy all creatures, then any number of target players each mill half their library. Is that actually, you know, I think this is the type of card that like frustrates people more than anything. I'm not a huge fan of these types of cards. I will say that it does have combo potential. So if you can combo with this card, there's a few cards that are like, if cards were milled this turn, then doubled it. So if you mill half their deck, then you mill the other half. That's the only way I see ever this card working. Otherwise, it's a disaster. You're fueling your opponent's graveyard big time. That's it. Like, because if in a vacuum, it's awful. It's everyone uses the graveyard somehow, and you're like just donating that graveyard to them. Oh, that's a mill deck core in standard with River Churn Monument that mill equal number of cards in opponent's graveyard. Yeah, so you have to combo with this card. If you combo, great. It's got my approval. If you don't combo, it's a disaster. I think this is gonna just screw you over way more than anything. We got a bunch of new people in chat I've never seen before. We got to give them some love. God Loki Asgard. Asgard. We've got Navineral, actual Navineral, Urborg Tyrant. Actually 6 mana. Does Navineral blow everything up? 6 mana for 3/6, hexproof from artifacts, creatures, and enchantments. When Navineral Urborg Tyrant enters the battlefield, create a tapped 2/2 black zombie creature token for each creature that died this turn. When Navineral dies, you may pay 1. When you do, destroy all artifacts, artifacts, creatures, and enchantments. Well, this card is pretty cool, but as a board wipe, it's quite bad. I'll tell you why. The card is actually pretty good. it's not that bad. It's a pretty beefy creature. Also has basically built-in protection, comes with a buddy. But this card has to die in order to get your board wipe on, and you'll need a sack outlet to get it online. Otherwise, this is a very interesting card. Yeah, it's a very specific board wipe. It's very hard to get online. It's good as a creature, bad as a board wipe. We got super chats galore with Blink Somniac. Myojin of Infinite Rage. Another Myojin. Do they all wipe the board? Or this is one wipe artifacts or something? This is 10 mana. That's a lot of mana. Comes into play with a divinity counter on it if you played it from your hand. It has indestructible so long as it has a divinity counter. Remove it to destroy all lands. This is too expensive. I think this is too expensive to blow up all the lands on the battlefield. And you might tempo yourself out at this point and then just die. Okay, next up, let's get... Who have I never seen before? Tenacious Rock, Undo Inversion. Actually, maybe you've been here before. Sort of recognize the avatar. The Undo Inversion. Oh, it's a land. Oh, that's huge bonus points if it's a land. It's 8 mana. It's 8 mana sorcery. Destroy all non-land permanents. But here's the deal. You can play it as a land drop. That's the beauty of this card. Like, you know, most of the time you'll probably just put it into play as a land, and if you top deck it late in the game, it's not going to be a land. It's going to be an amazing board wipe to get there right when you need it. I'm a huge fan of cards like this. Huge fan. Very nice. Okay, next super chat we got from Rugal. Dimensional Breach. Dimensional Breach, 7 mana sorcery. Remove all permanents from the game. As long as any of those cards remain removed from the game at the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player returns one of the removed cards they own to play. This sounds terrible. I don't understand. So basically remove all the perms from the game, but then they bring them back. It's like putting things on suspend almost, except the suspend is like 1 for one card, 2 for another, 3 for another. They're gonna come back. It's certainly different, though. Show Corey Nalder's card. Where's Corey Nalder? Corey Nalder, you got a fan. Catastrophe. Catastrophe is a 6 mana sorcery. Destroy all lands or all creatures. Creatures destroyed this way cannot be regenerated. It's sort of like a farewell, but only 2 options, and you can either hit the creatures or the lands. I'd say it's a little bit on the expensive side for both of them. If you wanted it to be an Armageddon, because that's what it is. It's a 6 mana Armageddon, or it's a 6 mana Wrath of God. It's not even Wrath of God actually. Oh no, it is a Wrath of God. Cannot be regenerated. We have Archangel New with Upheaval. Card's so good, it's banned in some form. It's funny, it's completely legal in Modern, and Legacy sees no play. But broken in Commander. Also annoying in Commander. 6 mana sorcery, return all permanents to their owner's hands. And also, I think, a pretty decent card in pre-Modern? I think? Maybe not, actually. I can't remember. I think it sees some play in some jank builds of Psychotog. Remove all cards from the game, 3-time counters on them. Basically, yeah, for the what's it called? The Dimensional Breach. You know it's different. I'll tell you, it's very, very different. The return. I wonder if there's a way to like break that card. We got, oh my goodness, you people. Hold on, didn't we do Dimensional Breach? Hold on, where's Dimensional Breach? We did Dimensional Breach. Oh, that was a super chat. That's right. Okay, Blake. With Jokel Hops. Oh my god. I knew someone who was like super giddy about Jokel Hops. They played it in every single one of their decks. It was crazy. 6 mana sorcery, destroy all artifacts, creatures, and lands. They can't be regenerated. It was like the fastest way you could basically obliterate someone. Except it was counterable. Counterable, but you know what? I didn't see it coming, so it's not counterable. The Big Squig, Feast of Succession. Feast of Succession is a 6 mana sorcery. All creatures get -4/-4 until end of turn. Oh, you become the monarch. How useful is that? So you become the monarch. So basically it's like board wipe, draw a card at end of turn. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. It's sort of like what's it called? Like Meat Hook Massacre, except not very versatile. Okay, we're gonna look at more super over expensive board wipes. We gotta thank our sponsor, Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards on Magic Online. Why would you want to do that? Well, it's cheaper if you're renting and you like to play a lot of decks, because you just rent the deck, send it back if you want to play another one in another format. And those formats could be Standard, Pioneer, Modern, Legacy, Vintage, Commander, one-on-one Commander, four-player Commander, whatever floats your boat. Pauper, Pre-Modern, and many more. Support the channel by renting from Mana Traders using coupon code Nikachu_649 for 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription. I've been playing a lot of Magic Online lately, actually. Trying to make Merfolk even remotely playable. It's not easy. Oh my god, it's not easy. It's very tough. We got that Scallywag 2. Who's that Scallywag 1? Who took your username, that Scallywag? Cacophony Unleashed. It has nice art. Have we done this one yet? We have not. But we're not judging it on the art. We're judging it on its utility. It is 7 mana. It's an enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, I certainly hope you did, destroy all non-enchantment creatures. Oh, you can build this around an enchantment deck. When Cacophony Unleashed or another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, until end of turn, Cacophony Unleashed becomes a legendary 6/6 Nightmare God creature with Menace and Death Touch, and it's still enchantment. You know what? I like that card. That is not bad. Although I have to admit, like, I don't know how many enchantment decks want to play this thing. But it's something. You got to build around an enchantment deck. Next, little MX Doom with the Flood of Tears, or Mr. Doom? Okay, Flood of Tears. It's not the only thing flooding around here. The super chats are flooding as well. Okay, we have 6 mana sorcery. Return all non-land permanents to their owner's hands. If you return 4 or more non-token perms you control this way, you may put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. So it's upheaval, but it's show and tell. That's cool. If you return 4 or more, if I'm returning a bunch of stuff myself, I get to start the game off immediately with a bang. Pretty neat. Mike says, does Emrakul the world anew? No. Good point. Good question, Mike. I think yes. Yes, I do believe this counts because it's all creatures. When you cast this spell, gain control of all creatures target player controls, flying, protection from spells, and from permanents that were cast this turn. When it leaves the battlefield, sacrifice all creatures you control. And for madness, you can pay 6. And like I'm telling you, I'm not thrilled when this thing gets cast. It gains control of all creatures. 1 player, but still 1 player. Felicia says, "Oh, mass bounce are considered board wipes. Then Seasons of Weaving, sure. Seasons of Weaving, whatever. I'm gonna consider mass bounce." Season of Weaving, because it still wipes the board. Wipes it clean. It didn't kill it. Okay, Season of Weaving is a 6 mana sorcery. Choose up to 5 paw worth of modes. You may choose the same mode more than once. 1 paw, draw a card. 2 paw, choose an artifact or creature you control. Create a token that's a copy of it. And for 3 paw, return each non-land, non-token permanent to its owner's hand. This card feels like those sort of online internet social media games where it's like, okay, you have this many points, make your team. And I have only 5 points to make a team of this stuff. Did this even wipe the board? Choose an artifact, creature, return each non-land, non-token permanent. Okay, yeah. It had to happen at least once. It's okay. I like it. It actually has some utility. Okay, we have Archangel New. Decree of Annihilation. If done, donate. I don't remember. No, I don't think we did this one. This is 10 mana for a sorcery. Remove all artifacts, creatures, lands, and graveyards and hands from the game. That's everything. It's even what they want to take the stuff from my hand. Cycling for 7 mana, and if you cycle it, you get to destroy all lands. I'll tell you what I like about this card. Cycling at instant speed is legal. Instant speed land destruction. Huge. I'm not going to say it's a huge fan, but I think it's pretty good. The Prince of Winners. Final Act. Dreaded Hope is like, not Planeswalkers, let's go! Yeah, the old cards don't acknowledge Planeswalkers existing. Actually, I should look at the errata for a lot of these, because some old ones might have been errata to, like, you know, include Planeswalkers. Okay, now this is actual Farewell in black. 6 mana sorcery, choose 1 or more. You can destroy all the creatures, all the Planeswalkers. You hear that? Scared about this one? Who is like, not the Planeswalkers, the Dreaded Hope. Don't like Final Act. Destroy all battles. That is worthless. Does anyone play battles in 2026? Anybody? If you play battles, you gotta let me know in chat. You gotta let me know in the comment section below. You gotta let me know if you're scared of the Final Act. I think even if you play with battles, you don't even care about this card all that much. Exile all graveyards and each opponent loses all counters. This, of course, is a pretty banger card because of the utility. Look at Lilamix Doom, loves the battles. I saw someone play battles against me in Brawl. They came out of nowhere. What's the point of remove all counters? Energy, poison, Planeswalkers. But it can be that as well. If you remove all counters. Oh, did this say remove all counters? Oh, it didn't say. Sorry. Each opponent loses all counters. Yeah, it would be just for poison. And I think that's it. Yeah, each opponent loses all. Why? Yeah, why would we want to remove their poison? Each opponent. Oh, sorry, no. Is it like all their stuff loses counters? Each opponent loses all counters. I think it's all their stuff. Just the point. Like I don't understand. Why are we saving our opponents? Like, let them have poison. Oh, energy and experience. Maybe. Wow, this is all niche stuff. The counters thing is super niche, and the battles thing is super niche. The only thing that's not is creatures, planeswalkers, and graveyards. That's it's pretty important. Politics. I will save you from your sickness, but you have to promise to let this thing resolve, and I have to kill your creature. There's no way around it. T. Corellius with Sunblast Angel. Had that on a Mimic Vat in Standard. Good God. 6 mana for a 4/5 Angel with flying. When Sunblast Angel enters the battlefield, destroy all tapped creatures. That's an awkward one. It can be good, but it's super situational. And even if you had it in Mimic Vat, who would tap their creatures? I would say this is a little on the weaker side. It's just very, 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 very situational. We have Mercenary with the... did we do Decree of Annihilation? We just did that one, actually. Yeah, we just did that. You're like 5 minutes too late. Rare Blue Skittles. Scourge of Fleets. Oh my god, it's Free Willy! It's 7 mana, 6/6. When it enters the battlefield, return each creature opponents control with toughness X or less to their owner's hands, where X is the number of islands you control. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Actually, do you know what? Maybe I take it back. Maybe it's also on the weak side. I'll tell you why. It's because it's hard to have a lot of islands in play if you're not playing with utility lands. And you should be playing with utility lands. You should be playing with some good stuff. So you're very unlikely to be bouncing a ton of stuff. I mean, you'll bounce a lot of tokens and a lot of small things, so it's not going to be borderline useless, but you can't bounce the board. And I bet there's still a bigger fish that's going to fry this guy. Tap to attack, right? So technically, until the Mimic Vat is removed, they can't attack. That's right. And they just won't. They'll just build up a board until they're ready. Great in mono blue. Yeah, I play mono blue, is it? You know, I play with like Cavernous Souls. I play with Castle Vantress. I play with a lot of other lands that aren't islands. So sort of what I'm trying to say. What if you have another card that says all lands are islands? Well, they would be Harbinger of the Seas, and it sort of screws over your other lands. In fact, I think that's the only card that does that. Voltland, Elspeth Sun's Champion. This card was a bomb back in the day. 6 mana for a 4 loyalty Elspeth. Now +1, create 3 white soldier creature tokens. Great. -3, destroy all creatures with power 4 or greater. Also great. And so you get to keep your tokens and you blow up all the good stuff. And then -7, you get an emblem with creatures you control, get +2/+2 and have flying. Great card. Great utility. Jeff wants Slinvoda. Sounds like a Star Wars name. The Rising Deep. Just create a tribal synergy with it, and it's a one-sided board wipe. So some assembly required is what you're telling me. 8 mana for an 8/8 Leviathan. It's got a kicker of 2. When Slinvoda, the Rising Deep, enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, return all creatures to their owner's hands, except the merfolk, krakens, leviathans, octopuses, and serpents. Thank God they include merfolk now. It made no sense to me that these types of cards bounced merfolk. Yeah, Master Jedi Slinvoda. That's right. You can be a Jedi Master even underwater. It's okay. The Force doesn't see anything, sees no difference between amphibian creatures and land dwellers. What's this? Slinvoda, the Mota Bota? What the hell? I don't know. Sounds funny. Okay, so this is I think the card is sort of, oh yeah, you can build around it. But honestly, most of these cards are gonna be super expensive with this card though. But it's fine. Who didn't get, hold on, I saw someone who didn't get a card. Oh! Turtles in Time. With a big avatar of a piece of pizza. Turtles in Time is a 7 mana sorcery. Return all creatures to their owner's hand. Each player may shuffle their hand and graveyard into their library, and then each player who does draws 7 cards. Exile Turtles in Time. That is a weird card. So what is this? 7? It's Upheaval and Time Twister, all in one. Will that help the opponent if we like shove everything back into their hand? They can like go look for something new. Oh, I see. If they want to shuffle, they lose everything though. They're gonna lose, like they only get 7 cards. They might shuffle in 13. Okay, you tempt them with disaster. Darth Voda, exactly. Okay, we got super chat from Little Deadfly. Sorry, Little MX Doom. Chandra. Awakened Inferno. A lot of little people here. This is 6 mana, 6 loyalty, can't be countered, +2. Each opponent gets an emblem at the beginning of your upkeep that deals 1 damage to you. I think that by itself is incredibly dangerous. Very suspicious ability. Can't let that thing stay on the board for more than 1 turn. -3 deals 3 damage to each non-elemental creature. And then -X, Chandra Awakened Inferno deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker. If a permanent dealt damage this way, it would die this turn, exile it instead. The -3 is not bad. I have a funny story with Chandra. Someone once cited this into me when I was playing Master of Waves. So I got this Master of Waves in play. It's protection from red, and when it enters the battlefield, you get a bunch of 1/0 blue elementals equal to your devotion, which I have a lot. So and they all get +1/+1. So I have a million of these 2/1 elementals. And this guy's protection from red. And my opponent brought in Chandra Awakened Inferno. And then they said in the middle of the match, we were like in the top 8 of a tournament. It's like, oh, wow, I made a huge mistake citing this card in. Because it deals 3 damage to each non-elemental creature. So it can't deal damage to the Master of Waves. And it can't kill the elementals. Anyways, I thought it was funny. Next we've got Yasaru. We did not do Farewell, actually. I won't even talk much about it. Farewell is a legend. It's a legend in the commander group. 6 mana sorcery. You can choose 1 or all or more. Exile artifacts, the creatures, enchantments, and the graveyards. You're a legend. Farewell. Okay, we got Matthew Green here with the super chat. Has anyone said vanquish the horde? Nope. You're the first. If so, donate a chat. Nope. You get to be the first one to suggest this card. It's an 8-mana sorcery. The spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature on the battlefield. Destroy all creatures. Is this new? This literally, it looks like Smash Brothers in the background. We got like this fox creature that probably came from, what is that Space Fox video game from Nintendo? Cloud Fox? Fox Cloud? Something like that. And then we have April O'Neil. And then, I don't know, we just got a bunch of other random stuff over here on the right. Star Fox. That's... I'm such an idiot. I did play a little bit of Star Fox. It wasn't really my jam, though. Fox McCloud. Art looks like from Ninja... It is. I mean, we have April O'Neil here. It's got the turtle symbol here. You know, if I squint my eye, everyone over here looks like different people. And then we, of course, we have Star Fox over here, or Fox McCloud. We are video game nerds. If you're not a video game nerd, who the hell is playing a TCG and they are not into video games? How did you get into this space? What was your pathway into the over here? I have to know. Okay, we got Mushroom Man. Did we already get Necromantic Selection? We have not done this one at all. Necromantic Selection? Yeah, here we go. Okay, we have for 7 mana. Sorcery, destroy all creatures, then return a creature card put into a graveyard this way to the battlefield under your control. It's a black zombie in addition to its other colors and types. Exile Necromantic Selection. This is a sick card. That big creature? That's my creature now. Sultan of Swing. I learned MTG from Duels of the Planeswalkers 2014 directly from a video game. The path could not have been more clear. Steve Cooper with Tetzamok. What is this? Tetzamok Primal Death. And a dono, of course. Tetzamok. It is primal. Okay, this is 6 mana for a 6/6 Elder Dinosaur. Death Touch for a black. Reveal Tetzamok Primal Death from your hand. Put a prey counter on target creature you control. Activate this ability only during your turn. Then when Tetzamok enters the battlefield, destroy each creature opponents control with a prey counter on it. Huh? Oh, this one. You have to reveal this from your hand. That is so weird. So basically, I can, like, end of turn, pay a black. Okay, put all counters on your stupid... Oh, no, you can only activate this on your turn. Okay, that sort of sucks. Well, this card is awkward. Okay, I think this card is very, very awkward. It's interesting, though. It does something it does something different. When will Nintendo cash in on an MTG crossover? They're doing Legos now, so it only makes sense. Magic is next. They'll probably do it. I find it's weird if they do it because, like, they directly compete with each other. Or maybe we're in a spot where everyone just wants to do a crossover and collab anyway. All right, let's just get the Pokemon and Magic players to play again, all over again. Bro, Duck's been here stuck in the start. All right, Toilet Duck, I'm going to save you. Or actually, Toad saved you. There's a lot of people with no card yet. Toads, a lot of people. Okay, we got Mako Explosive Entertainer. You need enough X, but that's just a minor detail. Just a small problem. Okay, Mako Explosive Entertainer. Oh, this is just Chandra. 6 mana for 4 loyalty. +1, create 2 3/1 red elemental creature tokens with haste. Exile them later. 0 mana, discard all the cards in your hand, then draw that many cards +1. That's not bad. And then -X, Mako Explosive Entertainer deals X damage to each creature. This is gonna be a lot of loyalty. How do you even build loyalty with this card? Okay, I'm gonna say this is a very awkward. Actually, it does some board wiping stuff. It doesn't defend itself very well. I think this is a very awkward board wipe. Okay, and Reeves. Ugin the Spirit Dragon. Oh, God. Ugin the Spirit Dragon. 8 mana for a 7 loyalty. Ugin, +2, deals 3 damage. So whatever lives, it's going to die anyway. And -X, exile each permanent with converted mana cost X or less. That's 1 or more colors. And likely, if you go -6, you're basically wiping the board. Also has this crazy ultimate, -10. You gain 7 life, draw 7 cards, put up to 7 permanents onto the, permanent cards from your hand onto the battlefield. Pretty sick. We've got... Okay, Matthew Green has a $5 super chat. I see all the other super chats. I'm going to save you to the end of the show. So I'm going to get as many no card yet people, but you're all definitely going to get your cards. I'm going to try and make sure no one snipes you too. Matthew Green, everything comes to dust. Did we do that one? We did do that one. Oh, sorry about that, Matthew Green. That one... It wasn't sniped, but... Okay, I'm going to donate your super chat, Matthew Green. Oh, you already knew. Well, I guess I'm giving a dono on that super... Yeah, you are giving a dono on that super chat. Where is Leon Corgi? Do you like super chats? You got one today. Congratulations. Okay, Rakdos the Showstopper. Rakdos the Showstopper is a 6 mana 6/6 demon. Flying and trample. When Rakdos the Showstopper enters the battlefield, flip a coin for each creature that isn't a demon. Devil or imp. Destroy each creature whose coin comes up tails. This sounds... this is real jank. It's Two-Face, basically. They're going to flip a coin, and if it lands a heads, you live. If it lands tails, it dies. Hold on. So flip a coin for each creature that isn't a demon, devil, or imp. So it's... If you can build around it, like... Yeah, I guess the Two-Face and his clan gets to live. Did I disqualify your card, Mercenary? Okay, you can get another one. Decree of Pain. I can't remember. Demons have the weirdest jank. Demon players love that jank. Decree of Pain is 8 mana, sorcery. Destroy all creatures. They can't be regenerated. Draw a card for each creature destroyed this way. Holy moly. That's a lot of Skrilla. Cycling for 5 mana. And if you cycle it, all creatures get -2/-2 anyway. Pretty good value. Okay, looks like we don't have as many cards coming through, so let's get one from Little MX Doom. Crisis, the Crisis of Consciousness. Or sorry, the Crisis of, yeah, or Conscience. Crisis of, for the token players. Oh yeah, this is not bad. 6 mana, sorcery. Choose one. Destroy all the tokens or destroy all non-land, non-token permanents. Tokens or not tokens or not tokens? Tokens or not tokens? For me, I don't know. Destroying tokens seems pretty weak for 6 mana. You can just play like Ratchet Bomb, Engineered Explosives. It's a lot cheaper. No? Raznab, Devastating Mastery. So Mastery, it's devastating. We have 6 mana sorcery. You may spend 4 mana rather than pay the spell's mana cost. Well, I don't mind if I do. If the 4 mana cost was paid, an opponent chooses up to 2 non-land permanents they control and returns them to their owner's hand. Huh? An opponent chooses up to 2 non-land permanents. Oh, destroy all non-land permanents. So you're giving them a choice to, like, save some stuff. Otherwise, this is a 6 mana non... This also seems to be a little bit on the weak side. Because it's either going to be a bad 4 mana board wipe. I mean, you do bounce some stuff, but I don't think that's what you're going for. If you're going to blow stuff up, you might as well just blow it all up. But it's destroy all non-land permanents. Okay, there's a few people with no card yet. We got Caden. Star of Extinction. The dinosaurs! Oh no!
No, God, please, no!
Someone think of the dinosaurs. For 7 mana, it's a sorcery. Destroy target land. Star of Extinction deals 20 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. I'll tell you what, if you can do this with a Swans of Bryn Argyle in play, mwah, chef's kiss. Swans is like this. Here, let me show you. Swans of Bryn. If damage would be dealt to swans, prevent that damage. Its source's controller draws cards equal to the damage prevented this way. That's 20 cards. That's a lot of cards around here. Okay, Lesthian with Valiant Endeavor. Valiant Endeavor is a 6 mana sorcery. Roll 2 d6s and choose one result. Destroy each creature with power greater than or equal to that result. Then create a number of 2/2 white knight creature tokens with vigilance equal to the result. I think this is a gamble. You're going to roll the dice. You don't know what you're going to get. I'm not a fan of these gambling cards. It's definitely a gambly card. Not as bad as the Red Mastery card. Mike M says, Star of Extinction versus Wall of Ba Sing Se. Am I a joke to you? Okay, we have Lesthian with Fated Retribution. Fated Retribution is 7 mana instant. Destroy all creatures and planeswalkers. If it's your turn, scry 2. Ugh. No, I don't think this card does enough. I think it's doing. It's got to pull more weight for 7 mana. It's borderline just a Wrath of God, and at that point, I might as well just play like I'll just play a Wrath of God. Hold on, I gotta prepare some more music. It's gonna be a long show. We got a lot of super chats. Okay, we got Surefire Selves with Dimensional Breach. We got 7 mana with a sorcery. Remove all permanents from the game. As long as any of those cards remain removed from the game at the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player returns. Oh no, we saw this one. Sorry about that. And I thought it sucked. I thought it was a bit too janky. You didn't get a card? The Dreaded Hope, Beth begets life. Pretty sure we did this one. We did this one. Actually, it's the 3rd time this card has been suggested already. It's the 3rd time. The Bear of the Heavens. I'm very familiar with this. I am incredibly familiar with this card. 8 mana for a 10/10, but if it dies, destroy all permanents at the beginning of the next end step. The board wipe isn't even instantaneous. I can't even exactly sacrifice my Bearer of Heavens. It is a 10/10 creature. Ain't no party like an MTG coffee party, because MTG and coffee go all night. I can't go all night anyway. Is anyone out there like actually up all night anymore? Like maybe I'm just too old. I can't be up, up all night? You mean like past 12 o'clock? Is there? I guess some of you wake up at like somewhere in the middle of the morning for this show. Next up, is there anyone? I'm at Surefire Cells probably needs another one. I stay up until 4 a.m. My days of doing that are all over. Okay, Christopher B. It's like obliterates. We did obliterate already. How about Overwhelming Forces? Never heard of that one. This is 6 mana for a sorcery. Destroy all creatures target opponent controls. And then draw a card for each creature destroyed that way. That's incredible. I think that's good value. Hexenort says, I might have or have not stayed up all night until like 4 a.m. to catch up with the show. Okay. Some of you people from Europe? Nope. 3 to 4, and I can't make it past 1 a.m. Oh, you're 34 years old, and I can't make it past 1 a.m. most days. I know. Back in the day, Nikachu was up until 6 o'clock in the morning, and I even had things to do at 10 a.m. I can't do that anymore. The big squig's like, I'm asleep right now. Some of you watching from bed. Okay, Kano wants a second card. Cyclone Summoner. We got 7 mana for a 7/7 giant wizard. When Cyclone Summoner enters the battlefield, if you cast it from your hand, return all permanents to their owner's hand, except our giants, our wizards, and our lands. The problem is they're not giving this to any, like, useful creature type deck, although maybe there's not many for that. I mean, maybe wizards is the best thing you can do. They need to make it cheaper. Good for a wizard deck, though. Okay, we got super chats galore. One by one. There's even a donation in there, so keep up with your suggestions. John, with your super chat. What do you got for us? Mel Fagor. The hell's that? This thing is ugly. Holy damn. You come from a long line of ugly creatures. This is 6 mana for a 6/6 demon dragon. Also some sort of centaur-looking thing. Flying, when Malfagor enters the battlefield, discard your hand. Each opponent sacrifices a creature for each card discarded this way. That is interesting. Especially since you can make use of the cards that you discarded. I sort of let each opponent sacrifice a creature for each card discarded this way. You could discard 3 cards that you wanted in the graveyard anyway, and also got a little bit of value out of it. Not a board wipe? It's effectively a board wipe. If you discard like 4 creatures, you're gonna do a good job wiping the board. It's good enough. I'm gonna squeeze in Surefire Selves Redemption. How about Hercule's Final Meditation? Hopefully this is it. Hercule's Final Meditation. 7 mana instant. As long as it's not your turn, the spell costs 3 more to cast. As long as it's not. Okay, so if we do it on our turn, it's a little bit cheaper, but it's still like 7 mana. Return all non-land permanents to their owner's hands. Exile. Sorry, end the turn. Return all non. I don't think this is that good, to be honest. This is like very, very, very bad upheaval. You can't even play this at it. It's like it says instant, but you can't even do it at instant speed. So, Juan, is it like, and it's all permanent, all non-land permanents, including your own? It's like bad Cyclonic Rift. But thanks for the suggestion. Okay, we have got little MX Doom, the Eternal Wanderer. Does this thing even wipe the board? The Eternal Wanderer. I'm a wandering. 6 mana, 5 loyalty. No more than 1 creature can attack the Eternal Wanderer each combat. Not bad. +1, exile up to 1 target artifact or creature. Return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of that player's next end step. 0, crit a 2/2 White Samurai with Double Strike. And then -4, for each player, choose a creature that player controls. Each player sacrifices all creatures they control not chosen this way. So you can choose their crappiest creature and wipe everything else out. Oh, you can do that immediately. All right, that's good. Wow, an ultimate that you can ultimate instantaneously. Very unusual to see on a Planeswalker. Usually you have to like work for it a little bit. Didn't work at all here. We have Sultan of Swing, not high CMC, but Raise the Palisade is creature type matters. Well, it's got to be high enough. Is it high enough? Raise the Palisade. Nope, not high enough. Must be higher. You need to be at least this high to get the suggestion on the show. Okay, Steve Cooper has a donation for somebody who wants a second card. Who wants a second card? I choose Toads. Does it count if Chubby Meatball knocks all the cards off the table? It does not. I'll choose the one right underneath it. Vec! You didn't even get a card, so you deserve one completely. World Slayer. Five plus 5 if we count equip. We do not! What a waste! We'll go to the next one underneath. Saxus, Calamity of the Titans. All right, you get the super chat. The rules are the rules, and I know I make them up on the fly. Calamity of the Titans is a 6 mana sorcery. As an additional cost to cast this spell, reveal a colorless creature from your hand. Exile each creature and planeswalker with mana value less than the revealed card's mana value, which in an Eldrazi deck is probably gonna be everything all at once. Little MX Doom again. The last card, the Fairy Slumber Party. Is it like a girl slumber party? Fairy Slumber Party. Are they gonna gossip about boys? That is not what I had in mind. Okay, this is a 6 mana sorcery. Somehow they made everyone get drunk and fall asleep. Return all creatures to their owner's hands, but they're right there. They're basically just tapped. This is flavor fail. For each opponent who controlled a creature returned this way, you create 2 1/1 blue fairy creature tokens with flying, and this creature can block only creatures with flying. For each opponent who controlled a creature returned this way, create 2? You can actually kill somebody with this card. Very interesting. I like it. Archangel New, the Great Aurora. If does not count, donate. Okay, look. The Great Aurora. I got a few of these in my bulk bin. Still 54 cents, damn it. We need to jack up the price of the Great Aurora. It's not worth anything yet. What do I gotta do to get this thing the value up? Do I need to get invited to game night and make an entire deck called the Great Aurora and build, I don't know, try to win with it? This is 9 mana, sorcery. Each player shuffles all cards from their his or her hand and all permanents they own into their library. That 100% counts. Then draws that many cards. Each player may put any number of land cards from their hand onto the battlefield, and you exile the Great Aurora. Fantastic. We did obliterate. I didn't see one scroll. We did that one already. Find us something fast, Vec. Our time is running out. T. Corellius has just made a super chat. Oster Command. This is the last super chat in the queue. I don't think we did this one. We did a lot of commands, but not this one. This is a 6 mana sorcery. Choose 2. Destroy all artifacts. Destroy all enchantments. Destroy all creatures with mana value 3 or less. Destroy all creatures with mana value 4 or greater. Pick and choose. Beat up on the beefy big guys or squash the small guys. Okay, you got some. If the Great Aurora counts, then does the Warp World count? I would count it. There's the soup, and there's the super chat. It's like it's very Living End like. You know, to me, Living End is a board wipe. Warp World, 8 mana sorcery. Each player shuffles all permanents they own into the library, then reveals that many cards from the top of their library. Each player puts all artifact creatures and land cards revealed this way onto the battlefield, then does the same for enchantment cards and puts all cards revealed this way that weren't put onto the battlefield on the bottom of their library. I would say this is a weak board wipe because they're just going to refill the board with stuff. Like the last card, they could only put lands in play, right? They can put any number of land cards from hand onto battlefield, but they can't put creatures or any other permanent types. Mappies, you didn't get anything? Oh, Planar Cleansing. A classic. 6 mana. Just destroy all non-land permanents. Vec. Urza. Does that work? Urza Planeswalker. So how the hell? I can't. You have to meld this thing together. That's all I'm gonna say. You have to meld this thing together. It's a very, very optimistic thing to do. I guess if you can pull it off, it's awesome though. Here, hold on. You deserve an applause. Congratulations. You melded Urza the Planeswalker together. Yeah, good old Urza. I don't even know if this is an old card. This is from the Brothers War. Still fresh, I think. This is 9, I think. Yeah, it's pretty strong. I mean, the other side of these cards suck, though, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I just recently arrived. Welcome. Okay, that's it. That's it for today. He's got his 3D glasses on. Everyone put on your 3D glasses like Urza so you can see the world in, like, 3 dimensions. Anyway, the show now these days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Tuesday, Thursdays, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time for the night crowd. We got Nick at night now. Thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or use Super Chat to be part of the show. And of course, Super Chat so other people are part of the show. But of course, thanks to everybody who is here today to be a huge contributor to the show, like Christopher B, Mushroom Man. We got Das Scallywag, Hanaria, The Big Squig, Toad, Steve Cooper. We got Tobias Paz, Kano, Mercenary, Olga. We got, who else? We got The Big Squig, Jeff. Mappius. Who do I got? Raznab, Bolt, Toilet Duck, Bolt, Benny, and many more. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing those coffees. I'm going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.